Howdy, of you delicious people. We are here for the mutant madness. Yeah. We are here for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Madness. We're here for another episode of this. Ultimately, at the end of the day, luckily I'm recording earlier on than I would normally. So luckily it's not around the time that I'd be crashing to the heavens. So hopefully we can get another one of these out and get it out for you today. So one thing that I want to mention, I'm kind of like curious on whether or not to review the movies, because ultimately I don't think movies are easy enough to see, as if there isn't a app or something like that that I can conveniently tell people to go to watch a movie for free. So ultimately, a lot of people might just be diehard fans of the cartoons or the movies or whatever to ultimately just want me to do it regardless. I'm just also a little bit of in fear of um, really messing up the review of the first movie, because the first movie kind of goes like all over the place, and but the second movie, at least there's kind of an easy way to kind of like break down that story. So I don't know. If ultimately if people want to hear a jumbled around review of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like, I will happily do so. I'm just gonna probably right after this, more than likely, I think I'm gonna kind of put all my videos out all at one time, so I can just be done with my videos for today, and then whatever time I have left, I'm gonna try to see if I can ultimately watch some movies and see if I can do maybe pop another video out for today. Just at cold storage or something saved for the next day, because I'm trying to really very much record ahead of time, especially if I'm feeling awake enough for it or up to it. So that's my plan. I don't want to say Ninja Turtles movie review is going to be out tomorrow, but it's probably coming soon to YouTube near you. Ultimately, if people are very optimistic about it. So, other than that, kind of talking about other things that I'm gonna maybe put into YouTube, because I'm trying to think and process of what um, people would ultimately like me to do, besides this, besides what I'm doing right now, this thing here. So ultimately, I'm going to be unlocking some heavy numbers today. I'm going to be unlocking finally a 3-star hero drive, and then ultimately I guess I'm going to be unlocking two-star hero drives. So let's get that underway so we can see what the F these characters are, because I've been waiting a while to unsheath this. Slash. Alright. Okay. I was hoping for Splinter, but you know what? I got Slash. I'm okay with that. I can live with that. I can live with that kind of character in my life. Because I actually think Slash is kind of cool. I'm not familiar with Slash. Um, so yeah, let's see what ultimately we get. Another Leonardo. Great. Splinter! Yeah! Oh, yeah. Yeah! Amato Yoshi! Yeah! Well, technically, in the cartoon, he's Amato Yoshi and Splinter and Rat. But in the movie, he is just Rat. Uh, between the lines there. So yeah, I'm so freaking thrilled that I have Splinter, but the only problem is now I have to boost him up. God, that kind of sucks though. Cause ultimately I have heroes that are really up there now. Like, look at friggin' Michelangelo is almost up to 60, and a lot of my other characters are up to 40 some odd. So now we're going to have to want to beef up Splinter to get him up to roughly about 40 to 50, somewhere around there, so we can kind of use him. That's the horrible thing. That's the horrible thing, that if you wanna desperately, I wanna use Splinter. Oh God, do I want to use him? Cause he's a fun guy. Uh, cause haha, I make another funny. Yeah, that's him. Rewards available now. What awards? What awards avail us? Whoops. No, I don't want it. I don't want it. Rewards. What are my rewards? There we go. 100. Thank you. Thanks for that. Uh, okay. So, God, yeah. Why do they have to give me both? They had to give me both Splinter and Slash at the same time because I obviously want to take both up to a pretty substantial level. We're gonna have to. Yeah, that's my problem. Wish I could just beef people up to freaking a level tens. Cause why do I have to do all of this? I don't want to do all of this. Just boost it up every 10 levels. Good grief, game. Good grief. I gotta add all this equipment, which is not a difficult thing to do. It's one whole button. Yeah, you have an equipped all button, but you don't have an auto to 10 level button? Come on, game. Help me out here. I want to freaking boost up my Splinter, but I don't want to take a million years to do so. Appreciate it, game. Uh, yeah, we got Slash to one whole level. Like I don't know enough about Slash. Ultimately, if I don't know what season he was used in. If he was used in it as all, or if he was added in this game just because. I'm assuming he wasn't. Maybe he's in some other iteration. Maybe he's in the much later seasons. I don't know. Again, I still haven't yet to. God, I need to get back into the cartoons. Like I immediately I started watching season 3, but then I stopped. So I need to go back into that. I might as well F the movies. I need to go into the cartoon. I need to watch season 3 and continue cuz god dang it. I wanted to watch season 3, but then I tapered off. I think it was just why take like a billion hours to watch like cuz that's the thing. Like each one of these seasons are a very long season. It's so long. Like every episode is like a billion episodes. Like watching the 90s Spider-Man. I was like, "Oh my god, like instead of having multiple seasons of the Spider-Man 90s cartoon, it's like 60 episodes of one season." I'm like, "Oh my god." Dude, I just wanted to kind of do it and try to do it as like seasons, but then realized like one whole season is 60 episodes. I'm like, "Oh my." Like so I just broke down and just I started just I just started watching like the first like 16 episodes, and then was immediately going to go back and start watching some other ones, but there's so much going on. I'm probably trying as much as possible to do easier things and kind of slowly but surely chew away at some things, but I would rather watch a 60 episode thing or like a 30 episode thing all in one shot uh instead of having to slowly trickle it out, because I immediately know if I'm not going to watch it all in one stride or all in one amazing weekend or whatever, I am going to forget stuff. And it's going to bug me that I didn't watch it all in one shot and then immediately reviewed it after that. Because it bugs the crap out of me. It does. Um, because I need to have it fresh in my mind, or otherwise if if I don't, because I like to review seasons. I don't like to review individual episodes. Like I did Daredevil, I reviewed the pilot of that, but and eventually I'm gonna get back into that. I forcibly will because I want to. Um, Speaking of Daredevil, if there was no Daredevil, there would be no Ninja Turtles, which is great. That's so interesting to know. I always kind of like reflect on that and remind that just because like reasonably it's there's always probably new people that'll come to some episode, especially considering a thumbnail might be more appealing than some others, or some others might just be like, oh yeah, that's my favorite character. It's good that he put a thumbnail of my favorite character. Um, Whether that thumbnail is good and or bad, I don't know, but yeah, ultimately, man, we are getting freaking decked by Leatherhead. Seems like it's quasi going okay. I was like, seems like it's going quasi well. Because I think Mikey's up to level like 60, so I think we're gonna be doing well for a while, maybe. Uh, so where do I want to get Splinter to? Because I want to push him to. Okay, so April's at 45. So because I want to use him in this episode. I'm hoping I can use him in this episode. Because I'm concerned if I use him right now, like he might not. Might just be the guy that just is a Donnie or a Leonardo that just freaking falls over and just. Ugh. All fathers care for their sons. Man, I should just review the entire Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie right here, right now. Just because I freaking know most of the lines. And I don't know why I freaking know all of them. Uh, but it's a really good film. I think Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original movie, is probably the best team movie. A lot of people would say, whoa, 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 wait a minute. You're talking about currently, right now, with all these other freaking team shows and movies that we have going on? I'm saying yes. I think Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original movie, is the best team movie of all time. And that is even currently with what is all going on. I don't care if a lot of people are going to say, well, what about Avengers Endgame? That is a great movie. Or Avengers blah blah blah, Infinity War, Avengers the first movie. What are you talking about? How could you say that Ninja Turtles is the best team movie? I'm like, well, Avengers is probably the best like budget wise team movie. But when looking at it, like I think overall like Avengers has it to be like none of those movies could really compare to the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, and I will tell you why. Reasonably, you have to have separate movies to help you understand who every single Avengers is. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you just have these movies and that's it. You don't need to have an individual movie of Ralph, or Raph, Mikey, Donnie, Leonardo, April O'Neil, and a billion others. You just have these movies and they can easily help you understand who these characters is, who these characters are through these movies. Where Avengers, you need separate movies to interject into a Avengers film to then help you understand who these characters are. So again, if the Avengers were just the Avengers, if Avengers didn't have a solo movie, then that would probably be the best team film. But like, it's a team film that didn't start out as a team film. So immediately, that's just what I'm saying, is that Avengers isn't really a team. It's just a bunch of people that eventually have to be fused together to have a title slapped on them, and that's who they are really. For like Ninja Turtles, like, they're family, baby. They're family. So like, basically they're the best team because they always were a team. And yeah, a lot of times they make mistakes. They ultimately get more into the limelight than they probably should, but still, they are the best team movie because they were a team from the get go. They were not having to be fused together. They were already a team from day one, and reasonably within the movie, there's great character development through the very first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles film. Basically, how of course you have forcibly Mikey doing a lot of jokes, uh, talking about how he doesn't want anchovies on his pizza. If you put anchovies on that pizza, and like, basically um you have Raph, who is of course cursing his way through a film, um, as well as a number of all the other turtles cursing their way through the very first film, which I find hilarious now. How they were willing to really live on the edge for that first film, and make it for a quasi adult audience. But yeah, so yeah, it's pretty much, it's hands down the best team movie out there. And plus, it has a ton of fun to it. It's probably the most fun team movie, uh, because again, it has this like perfect cohesion where, like, again, the Avengers, like, all of a sudden, like, from their solo movies they aren't funny characters, but then all of a sudden put them in an Avengers movie, all of a sudden now here comes the jokes. I'm like, that didn't make any sense to me. Why all of a sudden, like, Thor would be very like serious in the bulk of his movies, and then all of a sudden put him in an Avengers movie, and then all of a sudden bring on the jokes. Didn't make any sense to me. It never did. Um, as well as all of a sudden Captain America would be a very serious guy in his own solo films. But then again, Avengers, where's the joke, Cap? Everybody's got to be a comedian in this movie. So yeah, it's like, but also a lot of people would say it was like, well, what was like Thor Ragnarok? That was a pretty funny movie. Like, yeah, but again, like, the writers had to kind of confide to the fact that like Avengers happened and he was joking in that movie. So yeah, I don't know why it is that it's like a big fight between like Ninja Turtles movie and Avengers. I don't know why I made that a whole video on here, but I have nothing wrong with the Avengers movies. They're great. They're top notch, and I hope no one dislikes this video just because I said something horribly awry about the Avengers movies. I think they've probably made what, like $1 billion, and I'm sure whenever the freaking Black Widow movie comes out, which is not coming out until supposedly 2 years from its release date, original release date, which is I should do a whole entire video griping about that because I am just. That movie better blow my socks off. Because reasonably, if it's not a blow my socks off kind of movie, why did I have to wait 2 years to see it? I don't care if Disney is like, well, no, but Disney wanted to make as much money as it could off of Black Widow. I don't care. It's the whole thing of just, is that movie really that good to have people wait 2 years for it? I doubt it. If it was the Avengers movie and I had to wait 2 years for the Avengers movie, then I'd be like, okay, all right, I get it. But not Black Widow. Are you freaking kidding me? 2 years for a Black Widow movie that might just be meh. Like I know Tenet didn't do all that well when it was released out in theaters, but I don't think Tenet was gonna do that all that well regardless. Reasonably. Um, like I just think nobody really wanted to see Tenet. Nobody really wanted to see Tenet. It was just kind of like hey, Christopher Nolan and Robert Pattinson, I guess, but like that really wasn't that good enough movie to want to just go out and like yeah I want to brace the COVID or whatever for that and then also oh crap I said the CV word, probably not get monetized for that now, oh well, but anyways so yeah, going into this, so now we have to like severely wait for new movies to come out. Luckily, we have certain shows that are coming out. Luckily, but really having to dig deep to find some good movies. Trying to just scratch the surface. I'm having to go through a lot of old films and just review those. And it's because it's been a while since I've seen them, so I'm like, yeah, I might as well just review these now because like when are we gonna get a new film? And then plus, whatever they release that is probably gonna be new, it's probably gonna be more than likely. It's probably gonna be just some subpar, awful movie that is just gonna be shoved out there just to try to make money in theaters because they're trying to hold the good stuff back um, till this whole thing blows over. And so yeah, we're gonna just get whatever we eventually do get is just not gonna be all that good for the next couple years. And yeah, it's so we might as well start finding old movies that we love now, and we might as well just bring to the forefront um like trying to find some old classics for us to kind of dust off. I honestly truly believe that they should do more animated movies because I think that is going to be the one saving grace factor of just like, okay, we can kind of do anything with animated movies, so let's just keep doing those. Um, I think that's going to be the true, like they need to make a million just animated movies. Just have like basically cover everything that we can possibly cover for animated movies because that should be our new medium that we're gonna go into now. So they just need to do some really good looking animated movies. I think DC should be popping out a ton of those. DC Comics. I think Marvel is doing that What If series, so that should be eventually a thing coming into our lives. Supposedly, I saw a trailer that supposedly WandaVision is supposedly coming down the pipeline sometime soon. I'm not really jazzed about that. I don't know why I'm having like this hate conversation about Marvel stuff. I really love it, but it's just I'm not gonna be jazzed about anything new that's gonna come out. Hence why I'm finding a lot of underground movies to be much more excited about that I found or that I saw or that I was like, oh my god, hey, this movie is a real thing to watch. Um, yeah, it's just definitely it's hard enough to try to like go into a new movie just going, yeah, like I've kind of seen this movie already or I've seen better movies. There'd be a lot of times where I'd go through and I'd watch so many new films and I'm like, you know what? there's actually a better one out there that is this movie. How about I stop this movie and watch this one instead? Like that's basically what I wanted to do so freaking often is just um like there was one movie that I had reviewed. I think it was called like The Car or something like that. It was like a car that was haunted by the spirit of a previous guy. I think it was on Netflix at some point, and so I was like, you know what, I really, really want to watch. I really wanted to watch the Charlie Sheen movie, The Wraith, because I'm like, you know what, that actually is a good movie that is just like this film. And it's actually a better film. It actually has really good actors. Charlie Sheen at that time when he was young was actually really good. Uh, I recently kind of caught the movie Days of Thunder, which was a Tom Cruise film, and I was like, you know what, like everything that Tom Cruise did when he was earlier on in his career was probably his best stuff. Everything that happened after that, it was like he was the overly confident person that had to be like the best guy in the room. So it just kind of it really conflicted with just there being a I'm gonna put in Splinter. I'm gonna take out April. It's this might go horribly awry, but because this is like the worst time to probably do this, but wow. Because I'm doing this during a boss fight. Should probably kept April in. Because Splinter's almost about to be dead. But yeah, anything that Tom Cruise did when he was his early years is probably his best stuff. Anything that, like a lot of the early movies, all pretty good, all pretty decent. Like Risky Businesses and movies like that, and all pretty good stuff. All the Right Moves. Wow, I still beat that. That's pretty good. I still beat that. When are we gonna get more story in this game? Good grief! I'm waiting for more slivers of story coming out. Coming out. Luckily, yeah. Luckily, I was still. Splinter was actually pretty good on that level. I kind of barely. Uh, I kind of barely survived that one, but still, maybe I would have done a little bit better with April. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, yeah. Still thinking about watching some old movies, and I don't like. I didn't watch the entire movie of Days of Thunder, so I don't know if I'm gonna review that. Plus, racing movies. I don't know. I don't know if people are gonna really care about a racing movie. Me talking about it. But I don't know. Maybe some people would like Days of Thunder. Me talking about it. Reviewing it at some point because it has like Michael Rooker. It actually has some pretty decent stars in it, like Nicole Kidman, early stages of her career, and so on and so forth. I'm just trying to think of like what to review next, what to do next. Just because like ultimately I'm at a time where there was a lot of movies that I deleted off the channel, and so there's stuff where I probably have to look back on and re-review things. But there's also just a lot of times where I just stubbornly, instead of just like, yeah, I should probably just review all the stuff that I've already reviewed. Like, instead, I'm just wanting to go into, well, how about I just like mix in, like, yeah, I'll review that old stuff, but I'll mix in something new. So it feels like it's a different review. So instead of just reviewing like Velvet Buzzsaw or something like that, uh, like I'll mix in a movie that I haven't yet reviewed, so it feels different. Which is, I guess, my master plan of, I guess, because there's a lot of stuff that I've yet to get into on the channel. I've seen it. I've probably seen a lot of crap, but at the end, I've seen a lot of movies, but there's a lot of stuff that I've realized that it's like, well, yeah, I've seen a lot of stuff, but like, how about I just finally review it on here? Um, oh, great story! Finally, good grief, finally story. Turtles, this time I'll get your butt kicked again. Get your butt kicked again. Yeah, Krang has this weird. Like, I've realized when watching the cartoon that he has this weird. Get your butt kicked again. That's his voice. We got what we came for. You have your chance. You'll have your chance. Very well. What was that? Uh, as the dimensions grow more unstable, so do the portals connecting them. Major bummer. Let's finish up and skedaddle, skedaddle, Mikey. What? All right, we got some story finally. It's only been a while. Wow, we're 30 minutes in already on this episode. All right, well, I guess we should probably call it quits. Luckily we got friggin' some story 30 minutes in. But yeah, so ultimately we got some new interesting characters. I probably should eventually start to boost up Slash. Now that Splinter is at level 45, I think I'm gonna boost up Slash. Yeah, Slash. I think I'm gonna try to boost him up via the next episode, whenever that will be. If ultimately I can keep going at these. Um, Via if I get like exhausted or something like that on some days, maybe I might stick to doing these like every other day. So ultimately I can kind of like every other day kind of boost these up. I don't know. But we're still gonna go and do and go into all these. So hopefully everybody still likes these episodes. Uh, and I know probably people like, I want to see these every day. I want to see more. I want to see them all the time. I want to see them for like an hour. Yeah, be great. Um, Ultimately, doing all these on the way of which that we do it, yeah. Lesser storage for this one, so yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. So, lesser storage, so yeah, less to do, so I'm gonna get out of here. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, everybody.